Hey everyone, let's unpack some more of this idea of women being blamed for targeted partner abuse. And part of this comes from this idea that that it takes two people to tango, right? There's always two sides to the story, and we all know the sayings. But the point I want to make today has to do about a woman's response to abuse. So when she's being provoked over and over and over, when she's being controlled, when there's verbal abuse, when there's emotional abuse, and she responds as any normal human being would do, the stories that get told socially, the things that the target abuser will do to get ahead of the story, to protect his so-called innocence, is blame shifting this on her. But he will remove and scrub and redact all of the context and all of the details. So if she yelled at him in response, if she threw something in response to distract, to get him out of the way, if she actually pushed her hand in the way to protect herself, to defend herself, and he says, she hit me, she yelled at me, she blocked me, everything but that little bit of information is going to be removed. So you remove the details, you remove the context, and then what do people hear? They hear that she started it. Because in our society, it's okay for men to be aggressive, but it is not okay for women to be aggressive. It is okay for men to be mean, for men to be cruel, for men to control. It is not okay for women to do any of those kinds of things. And men who are target abusers will always tell the story in their favor. They will always tell the story in a way that protects them, that removes all the details of everything that came first. So they remove all of the history, the timeline of event, what I call the order of operations. How did this go down? All of that gets scrubbed and redacted so that she looks like she was the one who is the problem. And that's about power and control. And you have to control the narrative. You have to control the storyline, the one that gets told everywhere in order to protect your image. So this is an issue that has been part of the domestic abuse field for a long time. Really, this is part and parcel of what we deal with in domestic abuse and in what everybody calls as narcissism on the internet. People who think that that women abuse too do not know and understand the literature. They do not know and do not understand the research. A woman's response is not abuse. A woman's response is defending herself. Abuse is about the power and control in the relationship. The more power you have in that relationship, the more ability you have to exercise coercive control, targeted partner abuse. If you're dealing with this in your relationship, if you need help unpacking this, if you need help teaching people in your communities what this really looks like and why this is not a women's issue, this is a men's issue. I've been saying this for years. Violence can be stopped. This can all be stopped if men would take responsibility for the behavior and for the solution. Come see us at www.cenfp.org.